Because it's America's Independence Day, I wanted to do a couple things. First of all, let me just take a moment to thank Will Smith for granting us this Independence Day. He saved us from the aliens, so we owe a lot to him. Second of all, I wanted to have a world where we don't colonize, where there isn't a US. No one goes to South or North America or Australia. This is all going to be untouched, as well as same for Africa, India, parts of East Asia. Nothing. There will be no overseas colonies whatsoever. So without that extra power, I'm assuming Europe is gonna kind of suck. I don't know what they're really gonna do. My money would be on someone like, I don't know, the Russians or maybe the Ottomans. Definitely Ming, if they don't explode, which they do like to do that. Or someone from India too. I mean, it is really up in the air. But I don't know, that's just a guess, because, I mean, if they're not colonizing, maybe they will just focus on killing each other and grabbing a whole bunch of this continent. They won't be distracted anymore. As for the Native Americans, will we see one kind of rise to power? Will one just kind of take over, because we're going like 700, 800 years into the future? I guess it could happen. I kind of think that's going to be much more likely in this part of the world though, because we've kind of seen that before. One of these nations kind of rise and take over everything. The Dutch won't be stealing your spices. But it's going to be interesting to see a world without the United States, or 13 colonies. I think it's safe to say that's going to have a pretty big impact. So we're jumping straight into this, and immediately, within these first couple decades, not a whole lot has happened, which shouldn't be a surprise. I mean, this would be around the time in a normal game the age of discovery would begin to happen. I do like this burgundy though. They're looking pretty sexy. Also, I guess England hasn't been completely kicked off of the concept of mainland just yet. France probably won that 100 Years' War, though. Oh, but the Pope is expanding. Okay, I've noticed they like to do that, kind of jump around the Mediterranean. And are they allied to Savoy? A little bit. Okay, so they might take out a couple more territories. As always, we have the normal personal unions all around the continent. Poland, Lithuania, Denmark, oh, Sweden's trying to get their freedom, at least for now. They might be okay. They got France on their side. And then Castile, well, Aragon, yeah, they're not doing much. They're friends, though, and they are trying to get out Granada. So that's something. Oh, and Portugal, taking a huge stab out of Morocco, just slicing up their land. We'll see if Spain joins in, because sometimes they like to do that. I do want to mention the Portuguese and Spanish both start off with these islands here, so they don't count. They're not going to colonize anything else. I guess we could have removed it, but what's the point? Danish Baltic territory. That was looking pretty good before the Swedish was occupying all of it. I'm pretty sure Sweden's going to get their independence. That's kind of normal. And it's looking like Ming is not going to explode. They're looking pretty solid, to be honest. And that's a really bad sign for everyone else, because if they're not the most powerful, they're at least in like the top 5. Should have mentioned this, because yeah, this is definitely going to be a pretty big deal. I mean, everything seems about normal here, but because the Europeans won't be spreading this stuff, I want to see what's going to be the most popular faith by the end of it. I guess it all depends on which nation does the best. The Commonwealth have formed, and it's looking like they're going to have a pretty interesting game being smashed in between the Ottomans and, of course, Muscovy, which Muscovy almost took out Novgorod, and they're starting to colonize Siberia. Portugal's been kicked out of North Africa. Spain has annexed Aragon, and Naples, I guess, has remained free somehow. They might form Italy, because they pretty much already got it going. And the Mamluks are taking a lot of land away from the Ottomans, which is going to be a pretty big problem. I don't know if they're in the best location to, like, win the game. Normally the Ottomans are, though, especially in this situation. I would have guessed they probably would have got number 1. And of course, the New World's still completely untouched. No one is over here, no outsiders at least. And I wonder what the AI is going to do. I've never seen them like have control over this continent for more than like a century. I also don't want to forget about the African tribes, because like I said, the Europeans won't be taking any coastlines from here either. Technically, someone could really grow here, but I don't know. They've got a long way to go. Unfortunately, there's going to be nothing going down in Upside Down World, or New Zealand either, since neither of them have like a starting nation for some reason. That kind of sucks, but maybe something will happen. Interesting stuff is happening in this continent. I don't even know where to begin. Well, actually, I do. What is this? What happened? Scotland, you okay? You're looking pretty good. The British clearly must have lost like a pretty big conflict, because they were doing much better than this like 50 years ago. Oh, so they must have formed this nation, because obviously this place wasn't here in 1444. They did something, so I'm proud. I'm also loving this very sexy Ragusa. I don't know how long they're gonna last, but maybe they got some friends or something. They must have nice friends. Yeah, definitely the Commonwealth, which is keeping them safe from the Ottomans. And again, the Ottomans still not looking that good. HRE's still doing okay. I mean, they haven't lost too much land, I don't think. I mean, either way, it is a little early for that. And Iceland has gotten their freedom from Norway, because Norway is looking kind of sick. They're looking bad, but you know what? At least they're not dead. At least they're not dead like Denmark. That whole meme of them not existing has gone to a whole nother level in this universe. What happened here? This is pretty disgusting. So all sorts of like outside powers kind of grabbing up former Timmy lands, which Timmy could still come back, or someone, I don't know. I'm rooting for an Aztec Empire, but you guys gotta really start doing something. I mean, there's a little bit going on, but not enough. And the Commonwealth going a little crazy, not only taking Ottoman territory north of the Black Sea, but now reaching into Scandinavia, because, well, I don't really know. It looked like maybe to a point the Swedes controlled all of this region. Not anymore. Oh, Timmy is back. Okay, I didn't even think that was gonna happen. I just said it. How did they recover? It wasn't even that long ago. Big ol' F for the Austrians in the chat, as the Swiss and Bohemians have kind of removed them from this game, and that now allows Hungary to do whatever they want. They're also taking advantage of a very weak Ottomans in this universe. They might have their best game yet. That is, unless Naples continues to kind of grow out this way. Burgundy is now dead, unfortunately, and the British have pretty much regained control over everything. Also, I don't know if they kept this. They might have had this the whole time, but yep, that's nice. France ain't looking too hot either, so that could be a very big problem. It means Spain could kind of get super overpowered, but then again, not so much. I mean, the Iberians don't have any point of existing anymore. Like, what are they gonna do without all this? Oh, wait a second. Okay, I take that back. They might be fine. I'm pretty sure this is a bug or a glitch. This was not supposed to happen. I don't think they get any more than just Madagascar. I don't really see anything else, to be honest. I think this is just the only case of that happening, but I don't know. Maybe this part of the world will actually be able to get involved somehow. Interesting. So the Mayans are now reaching a little further into Central America, as I guess these two places starting to colonize a bit more. Also the Mixtecs now kind of coming out of nowhere, doing a little bit better. There's a couple natives that are doing all right, but for the most part, I don't think they're gonna do much. What about the Inca down below? They have a chance? No, they look the same too. Okay, I don't expect much. The Russians are in kind of an interesting situation. I mean, they do have a lot of Finland, but the Commonwealth are gonna kind of stop their expansion. They might be able to expand towards the Ottomans, but now they kind of have this whole new threat they definitely need to worry about. And I do want to mention that this Tibet might be the sexiest Tibet we've seen in EU4. I don't know, that's a tough statement because we've seen some crazy games. They will probably get taken out because Bengal is looking sexy. We got a couple new powerful members here in the HRE, which have kind of come out of nowhere. Also, Austria is not dead yet. They've kind of made a comeback. Yeah, I think the HRE is just doing fine. Although, they'd be doing a whole lot better if Hungary was under their control. What happened? This is not normal. Not used to this. Russia has formed, and they've also taken chunks out of the kind of collapsing Ottoman Empire. They haven't done much against Timmy, though. Timmy's still looking powerful. They're trying to just avoid them as best as possible, moving around them, but we'll see how long that lasts. Japan is pretty much united, although not really, because that looks like a piece of Ming, and Ming has gotten into their main island, so that's some bad news. They had Japanese Korea for a little while. That's not gonna be there for much longer, though. Look at these Spanish allies. How'd they manage to do that? I mean, of course, they got their buddy Portugal. No surprise there, but Hungary and the Commonwealth? That doesn't seem fair. Russia also has similar friends, but they don't really like each other, it looks like. I'm pretty sure there's like a little rivalry going on. Oh yeah, pretty much everyone hates Hungary. Aw, man, that's messed up. Let them have their fun. They don't get to do this normally. And I thought I read that right. This is Russian Scandinavia. How I might have missed it. They might have been there for a while. Anyways, this must have been through like a personal union. And the Inca are starting to move. Maybe it takes a while with all their llamas, right? Maybe they don't like the forest or something. They want to stay in the mountains. That's like the only thing I can think of. Revolutionary France is now a thing. Shocking. Who could have predicted this? They clearly have lost a lot of territory. They must have lost a lot of wars. So yeah, they're upset. Something's going on in Iberia though too, where I guess Spain is letting their buddy Portugal just get occupied. Morocco might take some stuff here. They also got back Gibraltar, so that's not good. Where did they come from? This must be from an update or something. It's not just Northern Sardinia. You guys want to be all fancy? And at this point, it's safe to say Hungary has ate the Ottomans. I mean, they made it clear their intentions this whole time. The name, you knew this was gonna happen. Timmy has pretty much been pushed out of the north as the Russians have solidified the prophecy. The prophecy is real. They've done what they normally do. Although Ming has given them trouble here. I don't know why they're expanding so far. Japan is looking like they're about to attack Pearl Harbor. They have that look in their eyes, kind of. I mean, they have the borders almost. I don't know what's going on with this. And the Mamluks have somehow managed to make it in southern India. So maybe, I don't know, there might be some bugs or some holes in the no colonization AI, because it's definitely still oh, Spain's right here. Okay, yeah, it's happening in certain places. I'm liking these purple guys. They got an interesting color. I'm not really used to them at all, and they're grabbing up Philippine lands too, which no one else is over here, so they can keep on doing that. CooterDonkey, I don't know how you pronounce this, but they've had a really fascinating game. I've been watching them the whole time. Haven't really said much yet, but they took a lot out of Tibet, and I don't know, they're creepy. It's creepy, these borders. While Cologne has slapped France. Completely slapped France, to the point where they're not even revolutionary anymore. They slapped that all out of them. So I don't know what the final powers list is going to look like in this game. Livonia is still going strong, which they weren't before. They must have been released by someone. Maybe the Russians forced them to release this region, but I like that. Delhi is now the final chance for maybe the Indians to get back their subcontinent. I doubt it, though, because these two are looking really strong. Naples is now being eaten by Hungary because Hungary doesn't have anything better to do. They've pretty much accomplished everything they needed. They even took out the Mamluks. Wow, this is crazy. But Cologne has got to be the breakout nation of the game, because who could have seen this coming? Have we ever seen this happen? I don't think so. They just now like took big pieces out of Spain, and Morocco now making a comeback. The Reconquista underway. I guess we kind of have a winner here in Southeast Asia, so that is something, although I thought it was going to be much more powerful, much more significant. No one made it over here, so that's kind of why. While Ming has kind of stayed around the whole game, but they don't really have their friends. Their friends are long gone. They still have some tributary states, but yeah, it's not really much. Delhi did survive, and the British probably was a big factor in that. The British need their Raj. They just love it. They're coming after them. They took out a lot of the Mamluk Indian territory. It's a weird thing to say. Oh, that explains a lot. That explains a whole lot. Man, I feel bad for the Commonwealth. No wonder they got just destroyed at the end here. They're getting beat up on both sides. Hungary and Russia. Man, that is a combination I never thought I'd see, but okay, I think we know who's going to win this game. I guess these are the technical winners of like the faith game for the most part. I mean, some of this doesn't even count because this is like what they started with. And here we go. Here's the Great Powers list. Let's see who won. Morocco, Timurids, Delhi in 8th, 7th, and 6th place. So Cologne didn't make it into 2nd. I thought they'd at least make it to 2nd. Ming is kind of low too. And finally, the Commonwealth and Hungary. I think it's safe to assume the Commonwealth were probably far ahead for most of the game, but they kind of got leapfrogged the second. Well, they didn't. It wasn't last second, but yeah, there's quite a bit of development difference there. By the way, I didn't even mention this, but trade must be the most broken thing in this game, since, yeah, I don't think EU4 anticipates nothing going down here at all. So I don't know what's going on economically. Yeah, natives didn't really do much. That was a little disappointing. Same for Australia. Come on, guys. You gotta do better than this. Did you guys even try? And I guess we have an answer. Still, the middle part of the world, I thought it was gonna be the Ottomans. Turned out to be Hungary, because they took their place. I think I was right about that. I'll take the right prediction. Thanks for watching. See you next time.
Sleeper 56,
Nikkinagowa,
MegaFatBoi 2.0, The Hentai Lover,
Mymainmanmanny,
Double Books,
Huey Long Dong,
Millatime,
Alfonso M6,
Brendan Hinkle,
CooterDonkey,
MisterPERKELE,
Furry Cruz,
Galli,
Ben Moke,
Maxy,
SwissAargau,
Ruserification,
Elijah Senpai,
Elphie C.
Thank you.